there everyone, welcome back to James Redmond TV and welcome to another Redmond Roundup. You might be curious by the title, what's the change that Jurgen Klopp needs to make? I want to bring up the topic because it was prevalent on my stream yesterday, and football's a very fickle world but also short-minded world, so it turns out that now, because we're in the age of TikToks and Instagrams, everybody has short attention spans. I think you're seeing it in real time. So a person that you loved a year ago, you now no longer love within football, or I don't know, a standard like us finishing top four at least a year ago doesn't matter no more when you get in the Europa League because Jurgen Klopp's never won a Europa League. But anyway, going to the premise of the video, one of the things that I think Jurgen Klopp needs to change, and it's not for the reason of Jurgen needs to change this. In fact, I don't think he needs to change it, but I think he needs to because I don't think the fan base will like it if he doesn't. It's basically Trent moving from right back into midfield. Because what people don't notice is the systematic changes throughout the years, not just recently. It's been a little bit more often and frequent recently, but don't get me wrong, over the years, Trent has always been high up the pitch and also centred in the park. It's not just been a recent time where he's played the inverted role. It's just been adjusted, and that's the difference. He still plays right back. He still gets into the midfield positions, but people really care about seeing Trent starting in that midfield three. Someone came in the chat to me yesterday and said, James, why don't we ever transition into a back three? Or why don't we ever change to a back three? I'm like, that's what we do already. Don't you see it when literally Konate pushes over and then Virgil van Dijk follows, Robbo follows? Or if Robbo goes up as well, then Fabinho's going to drop back and then it becomes the back three. It's what we did in the title winning season. It's what we did the season before that. We always rely on the systematic defensive system. It's not just systematic defensive system. What I meant to say is it's just, I'm basically putting an importance and an emphasis on the system because defence starts from the attack. Anyone who believes that, Trent getting caught out at right back is Trent's only fault, fine. We've established he's not good in one-on-one defending. A lot of fullbacks have shown inconsistencies in one-on-one defending, a lot better than Trent, but Trent's still a very difficult role and he's not that great at it. The only point that I'm raising here is we've won a league with 99 points with Trent at right back, and he didn't look like a bad defender then. Why? Because the attack weren't getting overrun, the midfield weren't then getting overrun, and then the defence weren't getting beat man for man to where a cross was being able to get put in the box at the back post. Before you had a Jordan Henderson who could fill in the right back role, clearly doesn't do it as well no more. I actually think Henderson has lacked massively defensively over the years. So I raise all these points that I believe Trent can still play right back, and I believe we can still be a good defensive team for it. No one cares if Trent's a good defender or bad defender. If he's not being tested defensively because we're constantly in possession and he's the guy who's got the ball in possession, then guess what? That's maximising Trent to his strengths because he's great at those long balls. He's great at going forward. You can make him do a little bit of both, finally diagonals, but also do a little bit of creativity in and around the final third, and that can make Trent thrive massively. He doesn't have to start in the midfield. Say, for instance, we get Thuram and Gabri Veiga. I would rather see a midfield trio of Gabri Veiga, Thuram and Fabinho, and then remain Trent at right back. Also, by the way, the reason why I'm saying Klopp needs to make this change is only for the short-term fans, because let's say we go into the new season and the first couple of results are bad and Trent's not starting in midfield. What's going to happen? Everybody's going to get onto Jurgen Klopp, everybody's going to get onto Trent, and it's going to be that conversation again until the team improves drastically. Watch if Trent goes in midfield and somebody skins him. Oh, there's Trent's defensive things again. It's Trent again. A midfielder can make a defensive mistake just as much as a right back can. The only thing is Trent is overexposed and there's very little efficient support. Yes, you can support somebody, but if you can't do it well, it's like me trying to defend you from Brock Lesnar. If Brock Lesnar's attacking you, you're fucked, and I'm not going to stop him. It's the same way that if Trent has Vinicius Jr. running at him, then he's going to need that support. And if Konate can't give him the efficient support and he gets skinned as well, then Trent's only going to look worse. That's why we need to get back to the season where we had a monster like Joel Matip and Virgil van Dijk, and then we had a systematic structure with Gini Wijnaldum and Jordan Henderson, who were the legs and heart of that midfield. Now we don't have those legs, but because of that intensity, teams didn't want to be on the ball. They couldn't handle being on the ball because we just win it right back. And then you'd think, okay, even if we tackle these, we're going to win back the ball. And then what's going to happen? We're going to have to move the ball at high intense pace. What does that lead to? Mistakes, which is something that Liverpool can capitalise on. Once you capitalise on those mistakes, then you can go back into your defensive system the same way we done it in the league title season. We'd score a goal, 2 goals, get the lead, sit back. There was loads of 2-1s and 1-0s and stuff that season. So I'm just suggesting that, okay, Trent midfield, not a bad idea. We're not getting a right back, so that's not going to happen. Therefore, if we're getting 2 midfielders and no right back, Trent's staying at right back because Conor Bradley's not going to play. And then let's say it's Veiga and Thuram for conversation's sake. They are now going to go in that midfield. That for me is a good team. Because then let's say Thuram and Veiga work. You're getting what you were hoping from Thiago out of Veiga, and then you're getting what you've missed since Gini Wijnaldum out of Thuram. Assuming they work, that's best case scenario. If they don't work, then you're still fucked. And then I'll go on to the centre-back conversation. Whether it's the guy from Wolfsburg, whether you want to just wake up and stop being pussies, FSG, and go out and get Guardiola. We need a centre-back. We need somebody with ball-playing ability. We need someone with a bit of leadership and somebody who's not going to drop the head. Someone who's not going to show excessive complacency. I don't mind you dropping your head for a moment saying, oh, I should have done better there. But when I see Virgil completely blaming everybody else but himself when he's supposed to be the leader, the vice-captain, yes, I would like the idea of somebody else stepping in. Also, I think there's been, Virgil's a great centre-back, really, really is. And at the peak of his powers, I can't think of a centre-back better. But I'm just saying, in recent times at least, I'm just simply saying, when Joel Matip played next to Virgil at times, he looked better. Last season, when Konate played next to Virgil, he was the superior centre-back. When are we going to start raising the question and confessing with our tongue, maybe we need to give Virgil some competition in the squad? And then if that competition comes in and removes Virgil out the team, then maybe he just weren't the level for Liverpool, no more. What's the level for Liverpool? Or what do we want it to be? Competing for trophies, winning Champions League, winning Premier Leagues. I am not hating on Virgil van Dijk to suggest that he's still not at that level. He might still be a Champions League centre-back. But is he a Champions League winning centre-back? And I'm not saying he's not, but we can't find out until we find a suitable replacement who can give him that competition. And if Virgil is the main option going into next season, then guess what? He might still make those same mistakes, which is going to cost us games, points, which means we're not going to win the league. And then we're relying on scoring 4 or 5 goals because we're going to have a leaky defence in the Champions League. That's the only way we can probably get a trophy. So I'm trying to break it down from all areas on all these conversations. We started off with the Trent thing and people might fume because he's not going to be in midfield. And then the Virgil van Dijk thing, like people might be fine because Virgil van Dijk's still in the team because he might have just had an off season. He's also older and he's also had a big injury. He's a human. He's boss and his hairline is tremendous, by the way. Truly probably one of the more impressive things about him, and he's got loads of impress. But that's amazing. But besides all that chat, I'm just simply suggesting that maybe he's just not the guy to win us Premier League and Champions Leagues. We can't find out until we find an alternative. So let me know in the comments down below, about what I've talked about in this video, whether you agree or disagree. But also, are you really bothered if Trent gets moved into midfield? Or do you just want to see Liverpool having that legs in the midfield again, that defensive structure? I just want to see us play efficient football. And I think you can play such efficient football with Trent at right back. The fact people went from saying this young kid is the best right back in the world to he is terrible at one-on-one defending. And the only difference was the fact he was in more one-on-one defensive situations. Previously, he was in very few. So that's the only difference. Before, he didn't need to defend. Now, unless we're going to drop the standards as a football club and we're going to start letting opposition teams, wingers run at us, that's the only way Trent gets beaten. Because if we're in control, if we're the pressing team, if we're the one who leads the dance, then Trent Alexander Arnold is one of the best football players in the world. And that's something that cannot be denied nor disputed. Because on the ball, he's fantastic and he's great in our system. So that's what determines the best players in the world nowadays. So this is a big, big summer for Jurgen Klopp. He needs to get these transfers right. And by here, I also mean the board of directors because they've got the control over the transfers. And also by the club, I mean FSG because they've got control. And these are the ones who have the final say. We need to get it right. And then Jurgen Klopp needs to integrate them correctly. And he shouldn't just be playing Trent in midfield because Gareth Southgate and you want to. Or want him to. So he needs to do what's best for the team. And Jurgen Klopp, a guy who's made it to multiple European finals, a guy who's got teams like Dortmund and Liverpool to the highest level of European football. Let's give him the resources. Let's see what he does. And then if next season we don't compete, then we need to start having conversations about Jurgen maybe. Until then, let's be patient. Let's see what he does and we'll see where it goes. But anyway, guys, that's going to be the end of this video. Thank you very much for watching. There has actually been an update on Veiga, actually. I'll give you that quick. Fabrizio Romano came out earlier saying that Veiga Liverpool have been in contact. What does that mean? Simply means that you could have WhatsApped the kids. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but I'm just letting you know that Liverpool are still monitoring players like Veiga and players like Thuram, and we'll see which one's done, and I will be here when it is. Anyway, guys, much love, and I'll see you all later. Peace.